Lyme disease is not just always what you think. Bacteria can hide in your nervous system, causing memory loss, anxiety, and depression. And it's sneaky because Lyme can mimic over 300 different conditions. It can be hidden for years and then it can come back when you are stressed. That's why a lot of people suffer and they do not know why. Standard blood tests often miss it, and if it goes untreated, it can cause permanent damage. Many of our clients reverse their chronic symptoms within 4 to 6 weeks, and here some of our client results. You do not need to wait for an official diagnosis to learn what you have to do to reverse your symptoms. Contact us for more information.
As an immunology scientist, like, at a cellular level what my body needs to recover. So in the first 2 weeks, I was recovering from pneumonia and bronchitis, and in the first 2 weeks that completely cleared up, which before it had taken 6 weeks and even then wasn't gone. So that was amazing. And then I started noticing my joint pain was probably the next thing to go, and that was at 4 weeks, and that I've had for so long. And it got really worse with the Lyme. So I can do this now, and I'm still constantly going like this because I have no pain, and it's weird. And then the other thing is, I think my energy is through the roof. I want to go for a jog. I am playing with my son out in the yard. I feel amazing. I made some changes to eliminate stress in my life. I've noticed an enhancement in that. So I think not only has the diet helped, but just recognizing what other things have been adding to my sickness or preventing me from healing has made a huge difference for me. So I have pretty much no stress in my life right now, and I feel amazing.
Before I started the program, I did start noticing a little improvement in my hair loss, but now I don't think I have any hair loss. I mean, when I brush my hair, there's just a little bit on the brush, like what I would have normally expected, a long time ago. And it's really filled in. I've told you guys in my report, my daughter's complimented, my mom, my sister. So people are noticing that my hair is filling in now, not so thin. My skin is better. It's not as dry. Inflammation in my left hand seems to be totally gone. My right hand, I still have some in the mornings. And it's the same with my ankle. And before I started the program, I didn't notice that my swelling was greater on my right side than my left. But I probably notice now because it seems like the left side is gone or almost gone. So I can kind of see the difference now.
I feel like this was different from what you've done before. That's what in terms of the process itself, or in general, is this?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Well, you could, I don't know if it was day by day, but definitely every few days I could notice some improvement. Whereas before it seemed like it was weeks or months before I had any, to even realize any kind of improvement or feeling better.
Yes, because I remember we talked, is that you were also working with a naturopathic doctor, right? How would you say maybe they were different from us? Because they did tell you what you need to do, but it took you a long time to see progress. What would you say?
Well, I was working with a functional nutritionist for a year, and then overlapping that, I was working with a naturopath for Lyme, in particular, Lyme disease. The big difference is it was always another supplement to take care of the symptom or the problem. And they helped some, and they talked about eating a clean diet, but it wasn't as extreme or as strict. So it's just not specific enough guidance on what to eat and what not to eat. But we were doing gluten-free and sugar-free and those things we were doing. But.
Yes, but you see how they actually telling you to eat food that's giving inflammation, and they don't know that. So that's why the biggest difference is they just don't know how to reverse diseases with nutrition. They tell you how to eat better, maybe from standard American diet, but it's still not enough to fully reverse inflammation. Would you agree that now that you learned in the classes how those foods were inflammatory?
Yeah, and I think another key thing is the functional nutritionist I was working with, she had several autoimmune diseases herself, and she had reversed them, but it took her 3.5 years. So using that as an example, I'm like, well, it's only been a couple years, she took 3.5. But when listening to you guys, you're not doing something right if you're not getting progress quicker than that. So that was kind of a key, for me. Because I lived with inflammation for almost 3 years in my hands.
Yes, and also you saw a post from a client, Mary, who's a nurse, right? We tagged you in the post. right? And how she had arthritis, and now she's symptom free already. We worked with her in May of this year, and she's able to be flexible with her diet, and her symptoms don't come back. And so how did you feel about, get you really excited that you can heal from this and be more flexible with your diet later on?
Yes, that's very exciting. I didn't realize that I needed as much help as I did. Like, because I knew your program was day to day logging, you know, what you ate and back and forth. You guys make that clear enough in your, you know, posts. I didn't really, I don't know how to say this, but I guess I didn't really want someone to tell me what to eat every day. You know, I wasn't ready to accept that, I think, you know, that I have to be that strict about my diet, you know. So those were only the two things that were holding me back. Wish I would have done it sooner. The damage that it's causing while you're waiting and trying to figure it out. And I know you guys do say that a little bit, but maybe some more emphasis on that and what it can really cost. Because another thing, when I knew how much the upfront program was going to cost with the other nutritionist, I had no idea she was going to have me taking a minimum of $500 worth of supplements a month. That came, you know, after the initial, okay, I've already paid, I'm already in the program. And then it's like, we kept adding these supplements and it's like, oh my gosh, this is going to cost a lot of money. And then I didn't realize how many months I'd be doing it, because obviously you don't really know up front how long it's going to take you to heal, but at least you guys give a general sense that you believe most people can heal within 6 months. They don't give you that. You know, I had this sense that it could be 3-4 years because by her example.
Yes, and actually 6 months is when people, on average 3 to 6 months, when they follow the program perfectly. So it means the way you're doing it now is they do it for 3 to 6 months. That's the average we've seen. But we had many clients, as you've seen through our videos, is they actually become symptom-free within 6 weeks. And everything plays a role, not with just you not eating, but also what you're eating and the amounts that you're eating. So that's why you can eat unlimited amount. The more you eat, the faster you heal. So that's why if you can eat more, you eat more.
Okay.
It was
Bye.
great talking with you. Bye.
Yeah, I appreciate all your guidance and support during these 6 weeks. It's been very helpful. And I gotta say, like, out of all the things I tried, because I've done a lot, and I know you guys know this, like I've done like some minor dietary changes, but I also done like ozone, I've done like all the supplements where actually I feel like some supplements triggered my IBS because, you know, I had like a stack of supplements a day. Like I tried all of that, and most of that stuff except a herbal program didn't work. So I'm just happy that in like 6 weeks it kind of shows like this is working and that I am improving, because before I actually felt kind of hopeless, you know, trying so many things, spending tens of thousands of dollars on functional doctors where it went nowhere. So this is great, and I really appreciate all the help.
Infection, it's already in your muscles, and antibiotics aren't going to help with it. So I had known you and your sister through we were both in an online business program together, and so I think we were just already following each other on Facebook. And so from time to time I would watch your videos because they're really interesting, but I was like, it's not really relevant to me because I'm super healthy. And so I think I watched a webinar one weekend, and the thing that you said that really did it for me was, if you've had your condition for more than 6 months, then your doctor doesn't know how to help you. And I have been working with a doctor and also a medical intuitive, which is a person who tunes into your energy field and tunes into your health and kind of like psychically will assess your health. And it just seemed like we were out of ideas, and you were the best idea. I do definitely have an identity of myself as somebody who, like, I can make things happen. It was possible that, like, if I didn't do something right then, like, it was going to rapidly get out of my control. You have an expert idea about how fast people will see results based on their condition. 30 days in, I wasn't feeling my symptoms anymore. Like, I wasn't cured, I could tell, but I was like, my symptoms were under control. I know they were going down every single week. And we could look back, you know, you have us do a journal. So a daily journal, which is super helpful, so that I know exactly where I am, where my mood is, and then what I ate that day and how I took care of myself, what I exercised, whatever I did. And then exactly what our symptoms are. And so I could kind of see exactly what was happening. But I do remember that my symptoms by that point were under control. Women out there who have, chronic fatigue, they have TMJ, they have some sort of other like autoimmune disease, Crohn's disease. A lot of the women, IBS, chronic IBS, I have a lot of women who I know who have chronic conditions. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I know I don't have a choice at that, but to me, the first thing that I was able to say is, it's not who I am. I'm not going to do that. I don't choose that. And I, at that point, I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to make that true because everything I had tried was not working. So I was willing to do whatever it took to change that. It's hard not to give up because it can go, when it goes on a long time and you're like, well, I think you're right about business owners, though. I really feel like there are certain people who feel like they're in control of their lives and not like I'm a victim of my circumstances.